Hello friends, today we're going to talk about transformations of exponential functions. We actually did this earlier in the year with quadratic functions, but now we're going to do it with exponential functions. Our standard is determine how translations affect the symbolic and graphical forms of a function and know how to use graphing technology to examine translations. A vertical translation is up and down, and a horizontal translation is right or left. So let's look at vertical translations. How does the value of k affect the graph of f of x equals 2 to the x plus k? So we're going to see how it affects it when we add a number at the end of the function. So if you look here, this is actually two graphs on top of each other. You'll see a blue graph when I start moving the black graph. The blue graph is just 2 to the x, and the black graph is 2 to the x plus k. So I'm going to kind of move k around here. We see when k is positive, the black graph is going up. When k is negative, so if we're subtracting k, the black graph is going down. So like right now, the black graph would be 2 to the x minus 3. Here, the black graph would be 2 to the x plus 3.1. So adding a number makes it move up, and subtracting a number makes it move down. So if we're adding k, the graph translates up k units. So whatever number that is. And if we're subtracting k, the graph translates down k units. So look here, the function y equals 2 to the x is translated 3 units up. Write the new function. So 3 units up means we're doing plus 3. So it's just y equals 2 to the x plus 3. The function y equals 3 halves to the x is translated down 6. So we're going to be subtracting 6. Write the new equation. So y equals 3 halves to the x, subtract 6. Make sure it's clear that the subtracting or adding is after the function and not part of the exponent, because that means something different that we'll look at in a little bit here. The function y equals negative 3 to the power of x minus 2 is translated up 10 units. So we're going to be adding 10 to that whole thing. So y equals negative 3 to the power of x minus 2 is the original function, and then it's going up 10 units. Negative 2 plus 10 is positive 8. So y equals negative 3 to the x plus 8. Now let's look at how subtracting or adding a number to the exponent affects the graph. So again, we have two different graphs here. You'll see as I start moving the blue graph around. So the red graph is going to be regular 2 to the x, and the blue graph is going to be when I'm subtracting a number from the exponent. So when I'm subtracting a positive number, the blue graph goes to the right. And now we see h is negative, so when I'm subtracting a negative number, the graph goes to the left. But notice that subtracting a negative number is the same as adding. So here, my blue graph would be 2 to the x minus negative 4.9, which is like 2 to the power of x plus 4.9. Where here, this would be 2 to the power of x minus 4.7. So when I'm subtracting 4.7, it moves right. And when I'm subtracting negative something, it moves to the left. So So if we have to the power of x minus h, it translates right h units. And if we have to the power of x plus h, that's the same as saying x minus negative h, which makes it translate left h units. So the function y equals 0.5 to the power of x is translated 4 units right. Write the new function. So again, if it's moving to the right, that means we're doing x minus the number. So y equals 0.5 to the power of x minus 4. Make sure it's clear that the minus 4 is up with the exponent. Y equals 5 times 3 to the x is translated 6 units left. Write the new equation. So 5 times 3 to the power of x, but now it's moving 6 units left. So subtract negative 6, which is the same as saying y equals 5 times 3 to the x plus 6 power. The function y equals 6 times 1/3 to the x plus 3 is translated 10 units right. Write the new equation. So y equals 6 times 1/3 to the x plus 3. But now we're moving 6 units right. So I'm going to subtract negative 6, which is the same, sorry, not negative 6, so I'm going to subtract 6. So then we get y equals 6 times 1/3. 3 minus 6 is negative 3, so it'll be x minus 3. Sorry, this said 10 units right. That should be a 10. There we go. 3 minus 10 is 7, so x minus 7. These ones were just describing the translation, so describing any numbers that are being added or subtracted. Here we have the plus 7, which is being added at the end, which means it translates 7 units up. Here we're subtracting 8 at the end, which means it's translating down. So translates 8 units down. You have to make sure that you're saying all of these words. Don't just say up 7, down 8. You have to say translates however many units up or down. Let's look at this one. Remember, the regular form of this is a to the b times the x minus h. So here I'm subtracting a positive number. Since I'm subtracting a positive number, it's moving to the right. So translates 3 units right. Here is plus 5. That's the same as saying 4 to the power of x minus negative 5. So I'm subtracting a negative number, which is making it move left. So this translates 5 units left. Here we have 2 different ones. We have the x plus 1 there, and then minus 4 there. So we have to describe what both of those does. Again, this is like 2 to the power of x minus -1 minus 4. So since we're taking away a negative number, that's going to make it move left. So this is going to make it move left. And then subtracting a number at the end makes it move down. So we're going to say two things here. Translates 1 unit left and 4 units down. Let's look at this next one. This actually should have parentheses around it. X take away 8, so we're taking away a positive number, which is going to make it move right. And then we're adding a number at the end, which is going to make it move up. So this translates right 8 units. And up 2 units. I just realized I did my wording a little bit different there. You could say translates 8 units right and 2 units up. They mean the same thing. All right, friends, that's all I have for you today. Make sure that you add this information, this slide here, to your note sheet. So that information and this information to your note sheet. All right, have a nice day.